Right, here's one for you. This is what happens to the matrix, which is a mathematical expression. The matrix collapses, is no longer. It falls through the shape of the toilet seat. Because the matrix of mathematical expression does not exist without foundation number 0. Oh, I'm squiggles on the screen. Nobody asked us a question, but it was Alamac when I was a minor. So none of the film Malaki thing. No. Because matrix is a mathematical word. It's a maths word. It's a mathematical expression word. And how you can get your head around it, first start with painting by numbers. And more ocular, limited view and 2D enhanced. Because that's all we ever have eyesight in. And painting by numbers. Then tunes by the numbers. You know, like a keyboard in 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. So that's layers. Then eaten by the numbers. I've eaten 4. I've eaten 5, 6, and yum yum yum. Right, so then later. Yeah, it's a mathematical expression. But the ultimate doom. The matrix collapses in on itself due to syntax error. Because an ocular O, eyes, is a letter of the alphabet. And it is not to be confused. And no, they didn't pass this information on. It looks really so, like, yeah. They didn't pass this information on. PhDs and the lectures at university, they're all writing, oh, ocular O. They're writing ocular O on the whiteboards. Because they weren't shown and they haven't gotten their head around its massive mega importance. So anyway, you know, if the matrix maths expression, that's what happens in the end. So it all falls through the hole. The hole of O, like your butthole. If there was a 0 there, well, you can't shit out of it, can you? You kind of poo out of it, defecate. Butthole. We weren't designed that way. You know, we need exit. Well, we do. And what if bloomin' Tesla? Mannerisms. DARPA diapers. So anyway, that's what happened to the matrix, right? It's a mathematical expression, and ultimately, it collapses in on itself. And I'm not talking wormholes, because that's just a hole made by a worm. And you know of Earth itself and these sinkholes. Some might describe them as phenomena. But you know, it might be trying to tell us something, because this all happened before. It all happened before. It's like, it's mega massive foundation number. It doesn't look like an ocular O from once upon a time. Orange. Oxygen. Whatever that is. 3 minutes hard. What's minus 2%? I don't know. Minus 2%. Well, in the 80s, as they say, they knew 2% of the brain. Do. And the hair-brain idea, by the way. Hair and brain and idea, all separate words. Not very nice. The extremity of our hair, we can light light bulbs there, static. And then, yes, there's a thing called the cranium skull. And inside, gooey, liquidy, lipids with alchemy, chemistry, lots of things and stuff with chemicals. Hairbrain idea. What it looks like is Tomorrow's World intro. It's separated and being zapped by electricity. That's the macabrity of the hair, the brain, and many connect to the light bulb as an idea. Hair, it's an extremity coming from the skull cranium, and there's no organic mind as part of organic brain matter. It's really grim news and all what's been going on with me and my life in the last 4 years. And, you know, you have to filter through the high stories, aka history pronunciation. but we're most certainly not electromagnetic entities, central entity species, because the liar and the pants on fire is literally that product plug. Return to Oz, which it's important. What happened in the late 1800s when they veered off track thinking we were electromagnetic beings entities, and it was all like Green Mile happening in Americas, Canada's, and Europe. Yeah, not in computation because they've shrunk the internet. They just have. It's no fun. Yeah, and the piston shit all over those which passed. And yeah, and get doesn't matter, and get double diamonds, it's not cool. We're not compatible with electricity, static bands. And if you search, you will find, but it'll be like a boring libraries things, documents, and anyway, the matrix collapses in on itself. And I know you've seen a toilet seat, that's the shape of it. An ocular ore, well, shite south shields with things. Not cool. It's not the land itself, mind. No. Certain company kinds. Yeah. It's not cool. No, it's not. Not when you got pop. Okay. Pop. Okay. I drank all my milk and it's gone. And I had a top up. And it's been eaten. The data's been eaten by the data eater when sleeping. It's just, and it really doesn't add up. It's just, yeah. Is it just my eyes, right? And I'm not seeing the numericals correctly. No. Really not cool in the last 4 years. Yeah, anyways, the toilet seat. Once upon a time we were petrified, kept thinking I had ICI and IBM by my side. Yes, in the mix. Foundation number 0, it wasn't taught when me was at school, I had to put my hand up in the juniors. Why is there a line through it? I got taught because the banks couldn't tell the difference. Banks is brick and building, I thought. And monies, for sweets. Inside there's peoples that work at banks, buildings, structures that have concernment. But behind, you've guessed it, black and green on black. Computers. Big word telecommunications, what that be is. The telegraph ball, you receive on your phone. And electricity. The big word is telecommunications. But what's not being communicated? And I'm going down like a Titanic ship. Foundation number. Because there was kind of a crash last year of Oculus 2 service provider, and loads have got that key. Like, you can envisage a Trifid pylon up on a hill. And they've got that metal coat hangers hanging off them. Right, so Ocular 2, which is like toilet seat. That's not numerical. That's not. It's a bit. I know it, but it turns around the right way, so I don't know why it shows it back to front, kind of. Eyes. Foundation number. Absolutely mandatory. You just don't even know. It's like too much, right? And December 2019, something happened. Yeah. It skipped backwards. And those are kind of, jump to, skip to. Yeah, but backwards. And showed all the information on the screen. It stepped back in time. Now, displaying information on grown-up computers work computers. What's there to do with the day and get and step back in time. So let's say you were driving and you collect peoples and transport them. Well, they're still waiting, and expand from that, and yeah, not cool. And that was December 2019, and nothing said. And when I was younger, yes, it really was. It's on collision course now. And this was 2 years ago. Took to the streets and asking people, and as above, as below. They've coded in, and if the eyes don't recognise, because numbers is a language, eyes. Because we didn't know what numbers looked like when we were 3 and 4. We had the little alphabet, then moved to the big alphabet. And, well, eyes don't recognise, do they? And it wasn't taught. And all the PhDs, right? You type in any university, and they've got, it's okay to laugh and freak out laughing is. They've got, So, and ones and zeros. What does zero look like? That's what it looks like. And ground zero, I know they're all top heavy word, but what's it look like in figure form, numerical? What's it look like? That's what I thought was nothing. Okay. No, you forgot to put the orange oil in the Smarties. The only one that has the taste other than chocolate. Orange, like the 70s. Poo-poo! The happening of the colour orange. Yes, there was deaths. Beginning of 70s, and it also happened T Model 4 times. The importance of foundation number is mega massive. Anyway, yeah, the matrix collapses in on itself like a toilet seat shape. And we're sucked through in surrealism and blue smarty hyper-reality style. What would that look like? Whoa, more than drippy clock. You get swallowed up by a toilet seat shape. It's a bit freak. Well, I've explained what matrix is. From Alamac. It's exhausted. Right. Do. Memory. I just had to. Memory. We've got lots of type of memory. It's at the back of the head. Yeah, sensorially. Lots. And I'm no effing. The meaning of life is 42. Colonialist. It's all 48. Genetics. Well, to survive and live, because they had the diseased gene of genetics is numero 6. Even the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, answer was 42. Did a mathematical mistake, because if you minus 6 from a whole load of separates and missing 5, because 48, and they didn't have numerals, they didn't have 0 then foundation number. It took 6 from 48 of boom, which left, yes, no diseased, with absolutely no evidence indeed. Holy shit, all in the mix. Whoa, whole load of scared fear. Anyways, the meaning of life is 42. Syntax error to you, computer. Well, if that's the way you coded. Syntax error coding. They're all separate. But anyway, all eggs in one basket. Whatever. I would never pass GCSE biology, because instinctively it was. And they're all put all the eggs in one basket. 48. So anyways, if you put on the lottery on things and such, okay, and 5 numbers don't come up, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I know, there's quite a lot. Why 42? And that's my natural logic, all I can come up with. This saying, You know you got a thing out the box. How come yous are all at cubes? I made this at home. Planet Earth. You've got to think out the spherical sphere. And know that it's eyes. Look at the shape. Right? And the zippy and kind of wave. Smash, get smashed. And look at planet blackness. Planet blackness. You know, that was almost like Red Dwarf. Yeah, like a Honolulu Stylie. The male and the female are Red Dwarf, just the head. It's just the head. Well, I've got the rest. You know, the neck's attached. Yes, and keep no neck. You've still got your head on your shoulders. What do you mean? And then realise it. Where's the neck? And fish neck? Where's the neck of the fish? Fish neck. You know. Fingers on lips. And displaying. Oh no. Eyes. What about ears? And they're all copied. It took over 25 years and I'm like, wait a minute. Fingers. That's more than one, that's a plural. And know that the word people is only plural to person. It doesn't supersede to, like abbreviations. Right. It's 15th of July. In the year 2 and it's 505 years time, it will be the year 2525. And it's quite funny. It's quite funny. You know, but if there's any adverts waiting near where you are, and you know, if you save, you get kind of an extra Green Shield stamp or something, or an extra £1, right? And you can cash it in the year 2525, and it rolls off the tongue. Yeah! And they all turn up on New Year's Day. And, well, the computer says there's another, not 5 miles out. Well, by that time, you know, the diagonal line, there's another 500 years before you can cash it in. But, freeze the moment. Yeah, in the year 2525, that's if idealism of man still alive. It came out of my mouth, right? Simonside train station, and next to Sutter Simons, right, which is like a church bum thing, right? Anyways, everyone's been listening to me and Alan P, right, to Jaeger and Jaeger, but it's a sad, is it not Zager and Zager? Jaeger and Jaeger. Anyway, we've been listening to it, like, play it again, and out of my mouth, I was like, you know, in only 8 years' time, that's if we're still alive, it'll be the year 2525. And that was 8 years ago. Then, and just turtle face. You know. Thought is thought. You can convert thought to as thought be word. And Alan P was like turtle face. But I've thought about it a lot. I don't think it. Anyways, Alan P moved, cocked it, right? But not doubled it in energy. And then it was around October, after the September, right, of the August, and 2 days before payday. What a bummertron. Right, and wait a minute. 500 out. I realised like 507 years, and I'm like, I've done a boob. It's no biggie though, but you know, yes, cause if I was in business and things and we're going to the moon, and we're all, yes, I'm all paying like a deposit and things, right, and cancel the moon flight things stuff. I did a boob. But don't worry, 7 years time, which was not, no, because it's, see 507. I'm like, number 4 and get hypnotic suggestion, blah blah. Get melody of song, sound and get dee 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 and so on, right? But anyways, it's 507 years time. It was, now it's yes, and it's not 805 or 5. It might have moved. Moved. It's moved. What do you mean might have moved? Pages. There's the most. Anyways, yes, the realization. But I know how strategic kind of advertisement and get catchy, get boo boo, right? And well, said it, okay. But okay. And me, no, that was a talked out scenario, not of the visualization, got like the shoops. I am counting shoop. Yeah, but there's many, yes there is. And I'm like, and just know, and well, it was said, like Thames dishes fade out. What was that? Well, the whispered fog, it fade out. Thames as it descends. The kind of it. But anyways, well, that was kind of funny because the envisaged faces came a bit fresh in that, It was like, well, I had the other blah 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 and I need the coin, what I'm saying. Yes, yes, it was redeemable in the year 25, and the just totally that, right? Kind of cash. So me saving stamps, I kind of cash them in for another 500 years. You're saying, and the cashier behind us well, what do you call it? Such and such, and they're gonna be vexed. Oh, there's gonna be. It's not gonna be upside down calculator and hello on. First email, electricity, hello, and upside down numericals. Or we can read, it doesn't read love. That's an edible heart. All it, I've been for that one as well. Rage against. It's not it doesn't read, and kind of, yes, we're kind of polluting the kind of secondary voice, we're reading, loves, right, so upside down calculator, hell, that is a 0, remember, but yes, hello, no, it's hell, right, hell, because we'd have to convert the numerical, the figure, the number, back into word form. So upside down calculated numericals, right? It was hard. About 12 feet and type in this number. And turn it upside down. Yes, and 25. And hello there. It was hell. It would be hell 0. Right at the end of 0, what is the toilet seat? The fact, the scary thing about it, like crystal displays, right? And even in calculator, it's scary. Products went out and they're saying, as above and below, these are all present or. I'm worried. Because that was when I was 8. When I was 8, there was a total 0 overload. And I feel a similarity in pickup of tune, but memory, and songs are extremely emotive. And a song by Gabriella Clemmy, Robot. What if kisses were like ones and zeros? And it was like, yeah, but it was the woman on a mission. Well, I'm a female. I'm not rib of ideals, right? But so anyway, the cracks of infrastructure, because upon zeros, zero, real zero, right? The light bulb's not on, and not my head, right? Light bulb on, connection, one, and then deconnecting, not distancing the connection, deconnecting the light bulb off, and what do you write? Zero. So zero, real zero, foundation number, one, and foundation number. But you know, this binary thing, you know, and then lay it on top word, keep blink, 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 keep flashing, keep light emitting diodes. When foundation number was. So, of mechanisms of telecommunications, the olden days. And just expanding on that, and like I said, petrochemical companies and chemical reactions, and I thought it was nothing. You know, like a spacer and chemical reaction of time, mine too. Oh shit. No, you a chemical beginning with R, you know, and like chemical reaction. Yes, and yeah, and a chemical that stops reaction, so it kind of makes it safe and things. You know, I'd heard of that when I was minor, blue chip company. So when that in infrastructure, telecommunications happened, it was displaying, right, and grown-up computers, and today's shift, and it jumped, skipped backwards, like some flucked up step back in time, and that was December 29 with all of the last 4 years going on. I'm like, this is fucking mega massive severity. So that was the signs. And yeah, the message from Well I Felt Love, that song, and similar in tune, and get Intro of Tomorrow's World was like a crash on the screen. I don't feel right. When I was 8, because I was all zeroed up with zero again. We need zero and it's mega man. And my ears and filtration and memory and song were not always happy. And songs are very memorable. Okay. Heavy industry, I always had that. And yeah, in Amongst the Walking Wounded in the 70s, the one all get, well, hey, boo boo. Deafs, lots. Anyway, it took ages to suss that out, because then there was irritating beyond substitution algebra. You know, so if P be a constant zero, or if X be a constant zero until or, but X has a colonialist past. So if you've got pop oxo, and if you think X will save you of a constant zero until you touch form, think again. So what, numerically, you might understand what you would see and have sight of is one, pop oxo. Yes, because the X is a colonialist numeral. They're described them as Romans. I updated them with a symbol, 10th of May last year. And the problem was they kept forgetting the past. This is mega geek. Might as well be Monday, but it's Wednesday. I'm going back to sleep. Kalki is cool. Yes, a lot of finding out over years. And sinkholes, well, I hope one doesn't happen in America-ish, kind of New York-ish. If you're watching this in the video, it's hanging by a string. The underneath, it's like, not cool. Yeah, it was an Urban Explorer on it, and the words were, and this is what it's all built upon. And, Earth, it's a living, conscious planet. It's living and conscious planet. I'm still waiting for that day. This was concluded in 1999. It's a living, conscious planet. And fuck off those. All alone in the universe. Earth is not. Words. What if you were? It's got no gender. Keep. The fucking cunts. Yeah. Slipstick and keep. Yeah. Well, I did amalgamate it. Because why couldn't things have happened? More annihilated things and the sinkholes. And I know there's depths of them. I don't like to do it, but oh, it's not foundation number 0. And these have laid out carpets of concrete, built things of brickery and things and stuff, and a whole lot of dirty electricity and expansion and always last on the list. Earth, planet, gear. Don't ask me, squiggles of eyes, different languages. And the axes of 0. I'm going to stop this now. So more than you need to know. Zeros. Yeah. Data has to like blah 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 blah. So this is like 2 minutes long, right? And it's not zapping that. But it might. And I kind of top it back up. And I'm waiting. Yes, I'm fucking been waiting. And it's killing us. 4 years of this bleep. I pressed it.